another video for our segment on my lock extensions. And guys, I took my twists out, my rope twists, and I am so pleased. Like, it looks absolutely amazing. I am so happy with the decision that I made. And I actually love when my hair is not as fresh, like from a fresh retwist. When I used to have faux locks, I loved my faux locks, of course, but I also really liked whenever it was a little bit older. Like, my hair was a couple of weeks had been in, the faux locks had been in my hair at that time, and I liked that kind of fuzzy, natural look. So now for me to have my own locks, I actually prefer, like, I'm now a week locked, and I actually prefer how it looks now versus what it looks like whenever I get a fresh retwist. But that's neither here nor there. Y'all ignore my picture back here. I feel real vain doing this video, but this is where I had the best lighting in my house at this time. But I mean, look at Courtney M's work, 22 Productions. If you ever need a photographer before she hangs her camera up, go look up 22 Productions. I'll put her information down at the bottom. However, I'm just here to do another segment on my locks. And a week ago, I asked you guys to send me any questions that you may have had about my experience or my lock extensions. And of course, like I said in my last video, I have been doing a lot of research about lock extensions and what do they do for your hair, how will your hair be compatible with the lock extension that you do select. Is it borrowed hair? Is it human hair but it's not from anybody's head? I don't know how that technically works, but either way, I guess they mean like if it's borrowed from someone else's head, like they cut their locks off and then provided it as a extension for other people. Who knows? I'll do some more research on that as well. But a lot of you guys had a lot of great questions, and so I have brought my book so that I could answer some of those questions, because I am a former teacher and I like taking notes and making sure that I hit the nail on the head about all you guys' dandy questions. So if I come across a question, even though I've read over them, but if I ever receive a question that I am not sure about, I'll make sure I reach out to my Loctician just so I can provide that information to you guys as well, for anybody who is still thinking about lock extensions or what have you. So let's get into it. Ow. How many locks do you have? So I actually just counted last night. I counted last night because I had no clue. Whenever I was sitting in her chair, I was just like, girl, do what you do. But I have 73 locks. And also another question that kind of goes into this question. I have 73 locks, but the parting for my locks is called a honeycomb. She described it as a honeycomb. And when you think about a honeycomb, it's kind of like it's not all straight lines, which I did not want. I didn't want straight lines like when you get braids or faux locks, for example. I wanted something that was more of a natural part. So she called it honeycombing, and I love that parting and how it goes. But I still have a middle part, which I specifically asked for. So whenever my locks do grow, or I have a different style that I want to do, I can part it down the middle, but then I also can, of course, part it on the sides and have a side part on either side. So that works, or worked well for me. So I was very happy with what she did. And she also told me, my Loctician, that whenever she does lock anyone's hair, she does try to provide like a middle part and a side part, just for easeability and for whenever she's getting ready to style. So that was like a 2-in-1 question. We'll keep going. What method were your locks installed? So I think some people were confused. They were thinking that all of this was an extension, which it is not. So this will kind of answer another couple of questions that I got as well. But I was first instant locked, which means that my Loctician used a crochet needle. It's like not like the crochet that we do for if you're doing crochet on like kids' hair, or you're getting crochet faux locks or things of that nature. This was almost like a super tiny hook. I would prefer them to call it a hook because it looks more like a hook. But when she instant locked my hair first, she used that crochet needle, and it basically just tangles the hair. It's a quick, fast process of providing you locks instead of waiting for it to bud, coming back in. Either you're starting with 2-strand twists, because I know I have a lot of friends who started off their locks with 2-strand twists, start off their locks by like just using the comb method, excuse me. So a lot of people have different ways to install locks, but this all is not extension. I would say, for example, my hair isn't much different from the lock. My roots probably are. Oh, that's nasty. Y'all ignore that because that's some dry gel. But my roots are probably smoother because my hair was minimally heat damaged. But my hair probably stops right about here. And then the rest of this is an extension. So she also uses the crochet needle to intertwine the extension. So it's like you will get the first part of your hair instant locked with the crochet needle. So she'll go in, she'll stuff and tangle up your hair to lock it up. And then it'll be like almost like a loose end at the bottom whenever they finish. And you can see a lot of different YouTube videos that show how instant locks are installed. And then with that loose part, that's where she adds the extension to it. So it's literally like somebody just glued a piece of hair to the end of my lock. So all of this is my hair, quote unquote, but there's also extension added to it. So I hope that makes sense, because I know some people, they were a little confused, like, is the whole thing an extension and that is just your hair low, or is it like a piece? And then I don't know what you thought, but that's how it happened. I'm instant locked, and then I have lock extensions added to my instant lock. Got it? Okay, so any other questions, you might need to go look on YouTube and just make sure that you understand what I'm talking about. But there's so many super videos about how instant locks are installed, how instant locks with lock extensions are installed. So that's just the method that I utilize, because I didn't want to wait. I really wanted to fast track into this, and I'm okay with my decision, like I've said, but this was just the best decision for me. So who did your hair? I got this a couple of times. I live in the Middle Georgia area, and so my Loctician, she is Cora Sue. I put her information in my last video, and I'll continue each time that I put anything about my locks. I'll make sure that I add her information down at the bottom. She was extremely professional. Her business is Peachy Locks, and it's a beautiful salon with multiple Locticians that are in there. There's a young lady who really focuses on faux locks and crocheting hair. And then there's another young lady who strictly works on locks as well and does lock extensions. My Loctician, her name is Cora, and she's been doing it for well over 15 years, and she's just been really awesome. So like I said, I'll put her information down at the bottom just in case anybody is in the area and would like to see her. That's who I would always recommend, because she just did a flawless job on my head. How are the extensions attached? That kind of goes back to what I was telling about the method of how my locks were installed. It's crocheted in. Now, I'm not sure what other people be doing, but my locks, and from me seeing different videos, if your lock extensions are not installed with a crochet needle, it might not last. and it might not work. So you might want to just look into someone who has been well in the field, because this is something that a lot of people have been doing for a long time. I just don't think it's become popularized until as of late. But this is actually something that a lot of people in South Africa do. And like, it's just like a huge hit down there as well. So it's been something that a lot of locticians have known about or sometimes do, but it just hasn't been as popular as it is right now. So all that to say, crochet, crochet, crochet. Not the hook and latch crochet now. Not the one that you use whenever you're fixing your hair with some faux locks that are already put together. And it's not going to be the same type of feel for the hair. It's not going to be synthetic. It's going to be human hair that would make it more realistic. But if you're not using a crochet needle that looks kind of like a tiny little hook, then they're probably not doing it right. So just keep that in mind. And if you have any other questions about that, I'll make sure that I take the questions to my loctician to make sure that I'm providing the correct information. So, can I add hair to my locks? Yes, 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 yes. I had a lot of my friends who were like, oh, girl, like, I wish I would have did that the first time whenever I got my locks. And I was like, well, sis, just go add some extensions. Like, literally, it's same type of method. Like, what the Loctician will more than likely do is just take your lock, ask you what length you'd like, use the crochet needle, add it to your locks. For example, Cora has like 2 to 4 inches of lock extensions that she adds onto people's locks that they already have. So if you just wanted to add just a little bit of length just to kind of give your locks a different kind of look, you definitely could go about that route, and it shouldn't adjust anything because you're already locked. So I'd say go for it, sis. But yes, you absolutely can add lock extensions to your locks that you already have. It's not something that starts from the root. I hope that helps and answers your question as well. Can you dye your lock extensions? Yes, and I'm so excited. That was crazy. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm excited because I'm gonna probably dye my hair after probably about 6 months. I'm gonna wait and let my hair lock up really well before I decide to do anything else to my poor little head. So, but your lock extensions, like I said, they are human hair. So you can dye your locks. You can dye your locks. And I plan to dye mine probably around the summertime. So I'm excited to show you guys. All right. How much was your installation? So, to be fair, because I don't like handling business like that, especially when I know someone is very professional. For most of the people that message me this question, I just answered them directly. And then I also sent them to Cora's booking website. I know a lot of people who have gotten their lock extensions for well over $1,200. Thankfully, that was not the case for me. Cora was extremely reasonably priced, and it was for great quality work. Was it a pretty penny? Yeah, it was, but it wasn't $1,200. Like, no. It was like what I would normally pay for some good bundles of hair or a wig and installation. So I felt like I'm not really missing out on the money part, because that's roughly the amount that I would pay when I was trying to get a sew-in for Christmas. So, if you would like to know how much she charges, I'm putting her booking site in the description box below. These prices are different from other places. Like I stated, I know some people in Atlanta and in Florida that are charging an arm and a leg. But for me, I just paid a couple of toes, which is great because I don't even need my toes, because I don't even like feet like that, y'all. Like, whoop-de-whoop, my toe, my pinky toe, because my pinky toenail be falling off anyway. So I was ready to go ahead and pay that because it wasn't that bad to me. So, I guess I answered and did not answer that question. If you are thinking about getting lock extensions, just know that you're running between about, for good quality ones, maybe about $700 and up. So just be prepared. It's some pretty coins, like I said, but totally worth it. Slippage and breakage. So this was a really good question from someone who already has locks and was just trying to figure out like if there was any slippage, which means that the lock extension was slipping from my instant lock, or breakage, or basically like my lock is just completely gone. The lock extension is gone. I have not experienced that. I'm still just really early. However, I do see some parts of my hair that may give me some trouble. So like, for example, in the front of my hair, this lock was just not, this gonna be my Hazley. I'm probably gonna name her Hazley because she gonna give me a lot of trouble. The only reason she gives me trouble is because, as you can see, like these little pieces of my hair are straight because I did a lot of flat ironing because I had a leave out sew-in maybe about 2 months before I got my locks installed. So if you have heat damaged hair, just be prepared that it might be a little wonky. It might unravel a little bit, so you might have to just make sure that you keep an eye on it. But I haven't had any slippage or breakage, but like I said, I'm still early in the game. I'm only got 1 week in with my locks, but if I did have any, it would be not Cora's fault, but mine, because I damaged my natural curl pattern while flat ironing my hair, which makes it a little more difficult for it to lock. So that would be my only if it did slip, it's not her fault. It's not installation. It's because your hair just didn't hold its natural curl like it used to anymore. And question number 10 is, why did I do it? I talked about this a little bit in my last video, but I did it because I was tired of getting weave, making appointments to get it installed, taking care of the weave, taking it out, wanting more weave, getting wigs. I was really over that portion of hair. As most of you guys know, I literally have done everything to my hair: short, dark, light, bald, natural, permed. Like, there isn't many hairstyles that I have not tried. So with that being said, I wanted to find a hairstyle that was easy and convenient for my lifestyle as a new mom, running after her baby all day. And I just need something that allows me to put my eyebrows on, because I need people to know what emotion I'm feeling that day, and my lashes, and move on with my day. A lot of people say, well, you could just throw on a wig, sis. Can you? Because there's a couple of people that, you know, it looked like you just threw on your wig. And we can tell. It looked like you just threw it on. You didn't even try. You just threw it on. And I was tired of that too, because I still wanted to look presentable. And then I was also tired of my natural hair. Like, some queens are phenomenal at styling and maintaining and keeping up with their natural hair in its natural state. Me, however, beloved, I am not. I am frustrated. If I'm trying to do a Bantu knot, I'm mad. If it don't come out right, I either look like my mom put rollers in my hair, the hard, cold rollers, y'all, that we used to sit under the dryer with, or my mom used to have the rollers that snapped, like the little, and I look like, what in the world? So the natural styles never worked for me. So I was always hiding my hair under weave, and I just got sick of it. So I was just like, I'm going to try locks. Faux locks have always been one of my favorite hairstyles that I do get. Not to mention, my boyfriend loves them. I don't know what it is, y'all. I think it's because I'm a Delta, And when Knuck If You Buck come on and I got these faux locks in, he lit with me. So I think he just like ghetto girls deep down in his spirit. And I'm a little ghetto. So maybe that's why we got a child together. But I love it. I love how it makes me look. I love the whole aesthetic of locks. And I'm just really excited about my journey and how to maintain them. Now I might get a year down the road and be like, I don't want it no more. It's not like I haven't been bald before. I'll just be bald again and grow my hair out. But for me, I felt like I didn't want to make such a permanent decision without really thinking about, is that something that you really want to do, Lo? And is this going to fit your lifestyle and what you're trying to do and things that you feel like are in your realm of what you want and how you want to look at this point in your life, I guess I could say. It's a hard way to describe it. I just wanted them because I wanted them. How about that? How about that? I wanted them because I wanted them. But that is the end of all my questions, guys. I probably won't come back and update you guys on my locks until I get my retwist. So I'm not getting a retwist until January 3rd. So I'll probably do another video around that time just to kind of show you guys my growth, what's been happening, things that Cora noticed about my locks and how my locks are either starting to completely lock or bud in certain areas. So I'll make sure that I just continue listening out and looking out for any questions. One quick tip. If you do get instant locks and lock extensions, some people say it's okay to wash your hair. I personally would not wash my hair until my first retwist. So like when I go back to the salon. So just be mindful of that. I wanted to make sure I add that into this video because I would forget. But I'll probably make another video January 3rd. So y'all be on the lookout for that. And thanks for all the questions, guys. I'm really excited. I like it. I love it. I love it. And I just feel real confident with my hair. My hair plus somebody else's hair. But if you have any other questions, please make sure that you write them down below. Got some exciting things going on in my life. But it's not a baby. So y'all just keep up with me and I'll see you guys next time. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later, family. Bye. Bye.